Am I the jerk for asking my husband to participate in my self healing? Post 1. Hi Reddit, my name is Madeline Lynn. I'm 26 and I've been on a self healing journey. Some time ago, I sat my husband down and asked him to consider opening our marriage. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but it wasn't until I had this incredible heart opening conversation with a friend of mine from my sound bath circle that I realized I had to do something to realign my heart chakra. This wasn't the first time I brought it up. I've been planting little seeds about this for a while, mentioning podcasts, journaling prompts, soul expansion case studies, etc. Every time he got this sort of tight expression and changed the subject, I gave him space. I'd wait for him to be in a more open state of mind before softly reintroducing the idea. We've been together since I was 19. I love him, and I know he loves me, but I need more. I've been journaling a lot about this, and I realized I don't believe in monogamy. I believe in soul connections, and I feel like cutting myself off from other soul-aligned energies is keeping me stagnant. I've been feeling blocked. Again, yesterday, when I expressed my truth, he didn't say much. He looked at me and asked if I was already seeing someone, which I thought was such a toxic response. He didn't ask how I was feeling or what led me here, just jumped straight to accusations. I told him I wasn't, not yet, and that this was about more than sex. This is about personal growth. We talked about it again today. He curtly said, "Fine, do whatever you want." I'm so happy that he's beginning the journey to process our new paradigm. He's been really quiet today since that conversation, but I think that's just part of how his inner journey is unfolding. Maybe his sacral chakra is destabilized. I've been leaving orange calcite on his pillow just in case. He'll get there. Post 2. I went on my first date as a polyamorous woman. I've never felt more free and spiritually aligned. I met someone through a local community event. He hosts ecstatic dance nights, and we just clicked. I was so nervous at first, like, am I really allowed to be doing this? But then I remembered, I gave myself permission. I reclaimed my autonomy. We ended the night at my place. My husband was home when we came in. I introduced them. I thought that might be healing for both of them. He didn't say much, just looked at me and went into the bedroom. Later, I peeked in, and he was packing an overnight bag. I asked if everything was okay, and he said he was going to a hotel. I asked if he needed space to process, and he said nothing. I know some people will say this is bad, but you don't just tear up a marriage over one difficult conversation. We've built a life together. This is just a bump as we recalibrate our spiritual rhythms and move toward a higher energetic alignment. Post 3, I got served. It's been 2 months since my last post. The best 2 months of my life, I was on a high with my journey. It was bliss until it wasn't. Yesterday, I was served with divorce papers. I was completely blindsided. I genuinely thought we were working through something difficult together. I kept checking in with him emotionally, but he was always so distant. I thought he was protecting his energy, but maybe he was just being passive-aggressive. He left our apartment shortly after serving me. He didn't leave a note, didn't even tell me where he was going. I texted, called, nothing. I don't understand. If he had such strong feelings about all this, why didn't he just say so? I'm not a mind reader. I still believe in us. I believe in our bond, even if he's forgotten it. He just needs to remember how deeply we connected. I'm going to give him space, but I know he'll come back around. Post 4. I'm giving him space, but I know he'll come back. It's been a few weeks since he left, and I've been honoring his journey by holding space for his healing. I've stopped texting every day, just once a week now, usually on Sunday, because that was always our lazy brunch day. I sent a photo of our old coffee mugs with something comforting like, "Still warm 3." It's my way of letting him know the door is open. I truly don't understand why he didn't just say something if he felt so strongly about this. I've spent so much time reflecting, and I know I was always emotionally available to him. I was always working on us. If I crossed a boundary, why didn't he just communicate that? Isn't that what real growth is about? I still think we're soul partners. He's just confused. But I know in my heart this isn't the end of our story. I just need to find him. Post 5. Is my husband taking too much space? It's been nearly a year. I haven't seen my husband since the first mediation. I kept insisting on more mediation sessions because I needed to spark to my twin flame, but he just kept sending his lawyer instead. I never knew my husband was such a coward. I've tried focusing on myself, but I never stop thinking about him. I don't believe he can comprehend how much this is negatively affecting my journey. What's worse is that my parents are threatening to stop helping me with my expenses, as if cutting me off financially would help my healing. Some people just don't understand the cost of inner work. I can feel negative energy closing in. How can people be so selfish? Last week, I found out from a mutual friend where he was living. I was visiting the area anyway, so I decided to swing by. Closure, right? Post 6. He's cheating on me. I finally found him, and now my heart is broken into a million pieces. This morning, I watched him leave his apartment, and guess what I saw? A blonde in combat boots clinging to his arm like she's earned him. I was extremely calm given the circumstances. I didn't make a scene. I just walked up, calmly, and asked him how long that had been going on. If he was already cheating when I graciously gave him space for his own growth journey. He looked at me like I was insane and said, "We're divorced." As if that means anything to my soul. What happened to vows? What happened to communication? What happened to respect? I'm sorry, but running away to another city and shacking up with some slapper isn't healing, it's pathetic. Post 7. I guess this is goodbye. So I was served with a restraining order this morning. Apparently, someone didn't appreciate being called out for spiritual betrayal in front of his new girlfriend. I didn't even raise my voice. I was just trying to have a soul-led conversation about our emotional residue and unfinished energetic ties. Whatever. Some people aren't ready for conscious accountability. Some people can't handle raw vulnerability. Some people build little fake lives with whoever feeds their ego. I've spent the last year rebuilding, realigning, and reparenting my inner child. He's clearly still running from his. At least I can sleep at night knowing I never gave up on us. He was the one who didn't live in reality.